Hey friends, this keeps coming to me pretty loud, so we'll talk about it. How often are we holding ourselves back because of anger? Not outright obvious anger, but unconscious anger, which is quite hilarious how it functions. So we all know our conscious is what we're aware of, and our unconscious is the rest of our system, which is huge. About 99% of our system is in the unconscious, and our conscious is 1%, so it's like an ant riding on top of an elephant, and the elephant's obviously going to go where it's going to go, do what it feels like, act how it would like to act, and the ant is not going to have as big of an influence on leading the elephant which way to turn as we might hope. So our unconscious is massive, and it's the underpinnings of our life and everything that's going on. And it's super, super common that I see in my body code sessions with clients and in myself and everywhere that whenever we experience something traumatic, big capital T or lowercase t, it's a big deal for our system and even for our soul to arrive at a moment of like, whoa, I didn't know this could happen. What am I going to do about this? Ouch, this hurts. I don't like that this happened. I didn't know that it could, and I don't even know how to respond because this was my first time having this happen, or I just don't know how to respond. And so often the system will stay angry about it forever after unless something gets done to process the trauma. So staying angry at it forever after looks like, I don't like that that happened, and I'm mad about it. I wish it hadn't happened. It shouldn't have been allowed to happen. I'm so mad that it happened that I'm so mad. I want God to know that this wasn't okay and that this shouldn't have happened. So I'm going to hold this for my entire life until I die so I can go back to God and say, look at it. Look at it. Look what happened. Look at how I got hurt. Make them pay. Like, make it better. This wasn't allowed. Like, get justice. Which is just one of the most common natural responses of the subconscious. But the funny thing is that we didn't like that it happened. We didn't like how we felt during it. We didn't like how much it hurt to feel it. And that's part of the reason why we're so mad. But holding it, so that moment, whatever the experience was where we felt it, and we're like, wow, ouch, this hurts so bad. I do not like this pain. I'm so mad that I'm filled with pain right now. Oh. But ironically, if we hold it for the rest of our life until we die, till we go back to God and say, look at this, that means that we got to choose to keep holding that in our body for every minute after the original event, for all the years of our life, for the entire rest of our life. There won't be a moment free of this. Every moment for the rest of our existence is going to be filled with this pain. Just so that we can say, look at it. Make them pay. So we're shooting ourselves in our foot. We're shooting ourselves in the foot by not knowing how or being able to release it and let go of it and be like, wow, that hurt so much. Definitely not going to keep that with me for the rest of my life and the rest of my existence, so that it colors all the rest of my experiences here in earth life. So that is my message today. I've definitely done that. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if all humans who've ever lived on the planet have done that, at least unconsciously. And we will continue to notice and find the ways that we've done that, and then say, oh wow, okay, I wasn't even conscious of this being here, and that I was doing this unconsciously in certain areas. Now that I see it, cool, I can choose to leave it just like that, let it keep doing that thing, or I can choose to heal it. So we can choose to heal, and we don't need to carry the pain with us for the rest of our life when it can be healed and released. We don't need to, it doesn't need to be a permanent, ongoing experience that ruins the rest of our existence. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'm sharing today because I just saw it again in myself. Like, you're kidding. Oh, yeah, I totally was doing it in that area and not letting myself thrive and not letting my life change and grow into something else because my system was busy being mad about this thing, which it was true. Like, it sucked. It's so, yeah, it really was a hard experience to go through. So valid that it hurt and it sucked and all the things. But now, like, when I have the option to not be in that, carrying that pain anymore and letting that pain be a part of my daily experience, like either unconsciously just in the background, like low grade back there somewhere, or coming up to the present in certain conversations or situations, I could let it go, and I could find a way to heal it and then let that space get filled up with the things that do nurture my soul and are aligned with my deepest heart's desires. And it's such a hilarious process, because in that process we often arrive at a moment of like, oh, but I'm still mad, and maybe I should spend the rest of my existence committed to being mad because it wasn't okay and it wasn't right. And that's all separate, by the way. It can be valid that it was disrespectful, that it wasn't okay, that it was painful, all the things, and that's all part of experience. But we totally get to harvest gems from every experience, become wiser, more empowered, and grow ourselves regardless of what it was. And we can use every single thing to our benefit if we choose to. So, and if you'd ever like support or help doing that, liberating yourself from the pain of the past and utilizing everything for your benefit to have beneficial outcomes happening in your life instead of, and to clear out anything that's holding you back, reach out to me. releaseandrisehealing.com for a body code session. An hour, just a 1 hour session can do a lot, can get you making progress and movement in the direction you like to go. So cheers to growing, and that when we identify places of like, oh, you know, I do have the option to heal this. I don't need to stay stuck. I don't need to keep living ways that had been experienced in the past. I'm actually a free person. I can move forward. And it's so glorious. It's wonderful. All right, cheers, guys.